Katsushika Hokusai was born in 1760 in Katsushika district of Edo, Japan. His childhood name was Tokitaru. His father was a mirror maker and even did some work for the Emperor of Japan. Hokusai began painting when he was a child around the age of 6. When he was 12, he was sent to work in a bookshop. His father thought he needed to learn responsibility. When he was 14, he became an apprentice to a woodcarver, and there he honed some of his artistic abilities. When he was 18, he was accepted into the studio of artist Katsukawa Sunsho. While he was alive, he was known by at least 30 different names. This was not uncommon for artists to change their name during their life in Japan. Hokusai's career was long-lasting. It began by him producing ukiyo-e, which is a style of woodblock prints and paintings. Remember, he was apprenticed to a woodcarver when he was younger, so this is probably how he became familiar with this type of art. In 1793, Hokusai began exploring other styles of art, including European styles. Hokusai became focused on landscapes and images of daily life of people from a variety of social classes. Most other artists in Japan at the time would only make people who were rich or who were of the royal family as the subjects of their paintings. Hokusai published 2 collections of landscapes. One was titled Famous Sights of the Eastern Capital, and the other one was 8 Views of Edo, where he highlighted some of his famous landscapes. Besides producing artwork, Hokusai also taught over 50 pupils through the course of his life. In 1807, Hokusai collaborated with novelist Takizawa Bacon on a series of illustrated books. And 4 years later, he started creating art manuals, which included caricatures that influenced the modern form of comics. And he also did thousands of drawings of animals, religious figures, and everyday people. It was during the 1820s, when Hokusai was in his 60s, that he reached the peak of his career. In 1839, a fire destroyed Hokusai's studio, and much of his work was lost forever. Hokusai never stops painting, and 8 years later completed Ducks in a Stream, which is pictured on the left of the slide, at the age of 87. Hokusai had a long career, but he produced most of his important artwork after the age of 60. Hokusai died at the age of 88, but he left behind quite a legacy. 30,000 pieces of art were produced by him throughout his lifetime. Okay, our first piece is called Matsuri Yatai Dragon. It was painted in 1844 and is a traditional style of painting in the Japanese culture. The subject matter, a dragon, is also common because they like to paint mythical creatures. Now, what I want you to think about is, how does this dragon compare to your idea of a dragon, say from the Harry Potter movies or cartoons that you may have seen in your past? Think about that. This is Self-Portrait at the age of 83. It's an ink drawing done in 1844. What I would like you to do is look at the picture and notice the movement in the picture. What do you think that Hokusai was doing in this drawing? Let me know. Here are 2 portraits that Hokusai painted in his life. The first one, Ibizo, the second one, A Beautiful Woman. What I want to know about these 2 is, do you think that these were paintings of rich people or of everyday people? Let me know. This is Woman with Child. It was drawn between 1815 and 1823. It shows a woman and her child in an embrace. What I want you to think about is, what does this painting say about the values of the Japanese? This is travelers on the bridge near the waterfall of Ono. It was painted in 1783. The thing I like the most about this painting is all the different actions going on. Think about where these people are going, what they're doing, and let me know your feelings about this painting. This is my favorite painting that Hokusai has painted. It's called Mount Fuji with Cherry Trees in Bloom. The reason I like it, I love cherry blossoms, so that's one reason. But I also like the color choices that he used and the simplicity of the painting. Hokusai painted many, many pictures of Mount Fuji, and this is just one of them. Here's yet another view of Mount Fuji. Remember I said he painted many pictures of this mountain. But in the foreground, you see a man who looks like an everyday laborer. Remember, Hokusai painted everyday people, not just aristocrats. This is the Great Wave off Kanagawa. It was painted in 1829. It's perhaps the best known painting for Hokusai. This was included in a collection of works called the 36 Views of Mount Fuji. It's a woodblock print, which printed onto the paper, and he used ink to color. Most people admire his use of perspective in this painting, as Mount Fuji appears as a small triangular mound within the hollow of the cresting wave. And also, people love the colors that he used, including the many shades of blue. This is Chrysanthemum and Bee. I enjoy this painting also because of the color choices that he used. I like the various shades of pink and the yellow, and I think the bee is pretty cute. But what I want to know is, how do you feel about how he started the flowers off of the canvas and then they just seem like they spring up from the bottom? How does that make you feel? This is a patty bird perched on a flowering magnolia branch. The only thing about this that I want to know is, what common theme in Hokusai's work is evident in this painting? Think about that and let me know. When asked about his work, Hokusai writes, "From around the age of 6, I had the habit of sketching from life. I became an artist, and from 50 on began producing works that won some reputation. But nothing I did before the age of 70 was worthy of attention. At 73, I began to grasp the structures of birds and beasts, insects and fish, and all the ways plants grow. If I go on trying, I will surely understand them still better by the time I am 86, so that by 90 I will have penetrated to their essential nature. At 100, I may well have a positive divine understanding of them, while at 130, 40, or more, I will have reached the stage where every dot and every stroke I paint will be alive. May heaven, that grants long life, give me the chance to prove that this is no lie."